thing. They have chosen not to stop and unpack their own conditioning. If your validation cup is filled outside of you, that's where all your validation comes from, or the majority, they got you. You on a loop. You're going to keep meeting performative males. You're going to keep meeting the same person, that just in a different body, until it finally clicks. Or it doesn't. Because some people choose not to let it click. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We all were put here to do different things. For anybody who's just stepping in, this is what I do. I don't fix people. I help y'all see clearly enough that you stop abandoning yourself. So if something here is hitting, that's not me being good, none of that. That's simply you recognizing yourself. And if you're ready to actually like work in that space and place, my schedule is always open. I actually have a few places open this week. So I would get on that before I have some like travel dates, take some time up. You know, then that same content creator, I'm going to stay here for a minute, because then after he did that, after he blocked his sister, you know, a woman he's created this safe space for, he then posted another reel. The reel was fine. I was fine with the reel. It was the caption that made me want to throat punch him, because the caption 100% was just like, women need to blah, 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 blah. And the post had to do with the Academy site. The Academy site. Of course, he had all the stuff flashing in from other people that he had taken from their videos as he's chopping and cutting. But the caption is, women, you need to smile less. You need to be this dude, because da 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 da. And I was like, well, first off, your caption don't match that, because the majority of those victims actually are married to their fucking predator. So how did somebody else write your caption and you didn't edit it? Or, I mean, how are we gonna account for this? But his behavior's already shown. He ain't gonna account for it. He gonna keep it moving. And if you question it, he's just gonna delete and block you. So when you can sit down and unpack, start validating thyself, start approving thyself, and that emotional payoff is honestly being regenerated and restored from within you, you can start seeing the holes. Because it's crazy. You already see them, but you've been conditioned that if I do a little bit more, if I wait a little bit longer, it'll change. It'll get better. Or the love will trickle out. And it's crazy because maybe they'll change is like the biggest red flag for yourself. If it starts off with maybe, you've already been shown enough times what you need and should have done. When we don't unpack and we live in the maybes of life, it affects our finances. Erica, how does it affect our finances? Because you will sit under a leader who you know is not a leader, who every day you are catching them up in something, every day you are mad about something, and is going home with you even when you're off work hours. But your pay's not increasing, but your stress level is. But you've also convinced yourself you can't leave this place. And part of that conditioning is, because I need a paycheck. But you forget you was looking for a job when you found that one. Put that in your head. That's for somebody. It's going to free somebody. You was looking for a job when you found that one, but you haven't got there yet, and it's okay. You got to unpack some things to get comfortable in that truth. Because yes, you do need a paycheck. That is true. But you also was looking for a job when you found that one. You'll get stuck under a performative leader in hopes of change. And it'll get better. Well, tearing yourself down physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. Stagnation. It shows up in our relationships. And it's crazy because disappointment is human. It's inevitable. Okay, y'all? I know. Oh, if only. Disappointment's inevitable. I'm going to tell you why it's inevitable. It's inevitable because Everybody in life has a projection. People meet you, they perceive you, and people can only meet and perceive you as far as they've met and perceived themselves, and are willing to continue to do that within themselves. So based off of how you come off to people, they have a perception projection. So at some point, they're going to be disappointed because they're like, oh shit, that's not really how I thought that would be. Or, right? But now, deception, that shit's intentional. It's intentional. It was thought out, it was planned out, and it was practiced. Because before they could come deliver it to you, they had to rehearse it. Think about it. You've seen a play, even if it was in school. That was the only time you saw it. That's the only time you understood what a play was. What happened before that play? A shit ton of fucking rehearsal. So everybody knew their parts and places. So you best believe a performative male, shit, they know their story backward and forward. You just aren't ready to ask them or just sit back and watch. The story not even ever honestly match. You got corners trying to go into middle pieces. But if you have not detached and that charisma's got you, you can't see or hear anything until it's been wrapped so tight that when that mask falls and that 180 happens, self-doubt hits. But this is what I hate about performative people. It's one thing to disappoint a person. It's another to deceive a person intentionally. Because then, depending on where that person is in life, that could go from questioning everything about that particular situation into a spiral of full-on self-doubt, full-on, am I even smart enough to make a decision about anything? I have literally worked with people that have gotten that far in a spiral because deception is a motherfucker. It doesn't just break trust, it breaks one's perception of their own self. Normal disappointment, like I said, that's simple projection mismatch. But performative, that's that 180 switch. And a lot of women, unfortunately, got their first dose and lesson in sitting under performative males with their fathers. What do you think happens later for her as she's working through her life? If she hasn't honestly sat down, evaluated, understood the different types of wounds, healing, all the things, right? If she's not looking it up, what do you think happens next? Oh, she gonna find a performative man. Until she doesn't. Until she decides to stop, sit, and break that shit. And that might even look like she might be single for years. And that's okay. Performative leaders, they normalize fake authority. Y'all have heard me talk about it before. Like one of the things I hit on beginning of this year, Black excellence. I've had so many people, I've been harmed by the Black community. I know, I have too. I ain't never been hated on harder than by the Black fucking community. Now, if that doesn't apply to you, there's no need for you to say anything. But the guilty will always fucking speak. My grandma always said, guilty will answer even when you weren't fucking talking to them. So, you know, but that fake authority shit, I bet some of y'all could drop in the comment section right now if your throat chakra is unblocked. You could probably tell me a thing or two about some of your performative religious leaders. I know I could. Listen, the stories I got, I grew up Seventh-day Adventist with a splash of motherfucking Baptist and converted over to Pentecostal, drugged by family through all this, okay? So I've had a touch of all of them. I mean, I've even been to the Methodist and the Catholic. I've had a touch of them all, okay? But I could tell you some stories about some religious leaders, and when that mask fell off in the middle of service, like people got up to testify and shit. Like, yeah, church is split and every fucking thing else on a Sunday. Next thing you know, Monday morning, there's new property, ground broke with a whole nother new church. Like, where they come from? Oh, girl, we had to leave over there. So, you know, but this whole time, Sam, they're normalizing fake authority, normalizing fake accountability, normalizing it all, because in just a few more years, you're going to catch them doing it again. And here's the crazy part. Like I said when I started this, you don't just meet them. You're conditioned to accept them from the time you get here. So from the moment we really come online and start understanding life, we really need to start working to recondition ourselves immediately. Immediately. With the way the world has been set up. Because, like, yeah. You know, I show up in light to shorten the cycles. Some people appreciate that. Some people fight it. Like I said, everybody ain't here. Everybody ain't here to do the same thing, okay? And when you've set with yourself long enough, you come out of the need for everybody to like you and for everybody to respond, and because you already know it ain't for everybody. You already know this in your core. You don't need 10 lessons to learn what I will show you. Okay, y'all? So this is for the people who are ready to see clearly, stop repeating patterns, getting honest with yourself. Y'all already know what to do. Hit the link. Those of you just joined in, thank you for stopping by. I hope your day's been well. Tap in. Leave your thoughts. Tell me about some performative males in your life. This truly is a space you can have any type of conversation you want to have, except one where you want to just be blatantly disrespectful to each other. Because, well, I won't block you. You'll probably block me by the time it's done. That's all I'm going to say there. So, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Like I said, you all know where to find me. I do not do coaching in my DMs, but my schedule is open. Once you tap that link and check out, it'll give you my calendar link. Pick the time that works best for you. All right. You all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening. Thank you for being here. And I'll catch y'all later.